Lovely, 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 lovely. Oh yeah, one other piece of advice that I did catch while I was trying to figure this out off camera was that you should really set this to 7, because even when there is an egg in the room, that counts as the 9th critter, which makes everybody else glum. So if you set it to 7 and then there's an egg that gets dropped, at least you've got a little bit more leeway for them to come and collect the egg and either put it in the incubator or go and crack it up here. That's good. Right. We are definitely on the right lines with the hatches now. So all of these are about to get mutilated. Kill them all. Oh, quickly, come and kill that hatch before he eats all of that meat. There you go. Cool. They'll come and collect that meat, and Hex will cook it all up in some barbecue. And oh wow, yeah. Just from like the 5 or so hatches that I've just killed, 7,000 kilocalories, which is very significant, and still a lot more meat to cook up as well. How are we doing on the CO2 trap? Still not a lot. Better than it was, still not a lot. Have to leave that to keep going for now, and we'll just keep using the ration box. There's still space in it, so it's not essential. Just be nice to move everything over. Hydrogen is building up nicely. Right, we can deconstruct that piece of ladder. Carry on with time, and we'll put that one in, and we'll put that one in. Now we can do those two. And the reason I'm doing this, and I'll be doing the same here as well, is I want to push all of this hydrogen into this space. I don't want it wasted over at the side here. It'll be a little bit tricky, but we'll get there eventually. We'll also need to go and do the same thing over here, but I think we're going to need a ladder there first before we can do it. So let's do L's there and there. Okay. Good. So now that these are not glum and stressed out, they'll produce more eggs, and those eggs will fill the incubators. And then if the incubator's full, they'll go and crack the eggs for omelets. Still not getting any for omelets, which makes me think I'm probably using too many incubators. I mean, meat does provide a little bit more kilocalories than do the eggs. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to have more critters being produced. But yeah, we'll see. Aha! Now, this is the problem that I did suspect would come to be. These 2 bins have got no more ice in them. Why have they got no more ice in them? Well, it melted, and that's why this has filled up so rapidly. Now, if that one does the same thing, yikes. That could push us over our limit. So, it's making the expansion to this area all the more important. So, mechanized airlocks. We're going to deal with some slime lung. Now, not easy, and you have to do it very slowly and be very, very careful, but it's doable. So, what we're going to do, put 2 deodorizers right there. And they are going to need to be powered up, so let's just get the wire ready for that. Now, what's on this system here? 5 plus 120, the 360, 605. Yeah, so we'll just span this cable to include these 2 deodorizers. Done. Long commutes. Yes, I'm aware. Schedule. They have got 3 hours of downtime, so I mean that should be enough. And the even better thing is, once we have good beds, we can really reduce the well, not really. We can reduce everybody's sleep time from 3 tiles in the schedule to just 2, because they replenish their stamina much quicker in the comfy beds. And to make the comfy beds, we need lots of hydrogen up here, and the reason we need hydrogen is because that helps the Draco's scales to grow. So we have Draco farm here, and so on and so forth. The Dracos provide their scales. The scales can be used to produce plastic. Plastic is made to use the beds. It's a circle of life. Cool. You see, we now have more food than the ration box can store, I think. Oh no, 150 kilos. So it's, I mean, you can see there the bar is not quite full. Very nearly full though. I thought it was just 100,000 kilocalories that could fit into there, but seemingly it depends on what the food is as well, which makes sense. Right. They're coming up here. For what? Wheat. Granite. Interesting. Maybe it's just that they've got nothing else to do, so they're coming sweeping things up, which to me says we need a new project for everybody. Well, we're going to need them sooner or later, so may as well do them now. Let's throw in 1, 2, 3, 4 refrigerators to get started. And then we can carry on with this project up here. Do need to be a little bit careful. That's polluted oxygen, but it's not got any slime lung in it, so that's okay. We can go ahead and just dig that out. Not going to worry, but we do need to do something about this water, as I said earlier. Now, how are we going to do this? No slime lung, no slime lung. I think though, the moment that I dig any of this slime with slime lung, it's going to cause a massive problem. So how do I get in here without disturbing the slime lung? And the answer is I don't. There's no way. There's too much slime lung around the whole biome. I mean, I could, but I'd have to like go all the way up here and then across here and then down through here. That's just stupid. Far too much effort. Kind of makes me think, build a little basin here, get it to drop down into the basin, and then we can ship it off to a water sieve. I don't see any other way around it currently. Yeah. Tricky. It's not the way I would ideally like to do this, but I can't think of another way of dealing with it very well, to be perfectly honest. Oh, there's bleach stone up there. That would be useful. I think what we're going to do, when we deal with all the slime that's here, I'm not going to make them run all the way down here to this chlorine room. I think I'm going to try and make use of these two big pockets of chlorine to disinfect the slime. TBD on that, but first and foremost, I need to get rid of this polluted water because it is just in the way. It's a problem at the moment, it really is. But where to? No good decisions. Yeah, I can't even get down through there. Can I get in through this side? Oh, oh, have I found the route? I mean, I can get them to there, but then they get soaked in polluted water. And then I can get them to there and they can build. That might work. That might be the only way to do it. So, with that in mind, let's have a think about this. Let's get them building a ladder. Oh, neutronium. I forgot about you. Not the biggest problem in the world. Just go around it. Get them to start figuring some of that stuff out. And then I suppose we do a ladder up to here. We tell them to keep digging. I think they are just able to get through that gap. Yeah, I think they'll be okay. We're going to need a ladder down that as well. Now, I just want to double check that all these things that I've just dug into do not have slime. So, zero surface germs. That's all looking good. Good, 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 good. Now, of course, if they do get into any polluted oxygen, it's going to start breeding slime lung like there's no tomorrow. So we cannot broach that pocket there. And if we check the overlays, there doesn't seem to be any other polluted oxygen in the area, which is fantastic. Okay, that works. That works. Cool. Get going with all of that stuff, guys. Oh, they built that ladder very quickly, but I didn't bridge the gap. Or rather, I actually just need to construct that. And dig that. These storage bins are also full, so let's expand this. Do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's 5. Let's cancel that last one. And make sure that everybody's feeling nice and comfy with this area. Throw in a bit of decor. The hydrogen is getting nice and dense at the top now and slowly pushing downwards as well, which is exactly what we want. Need to wait for them to kind of push through there. Okay, let's copy those settings across. What has the printing pod got for us today? Gold amalgam. Oh, a pipsqueak. Let's have a look at these guys. Construction, yeah, that could be useful. +4 for agriculture. Yeah, less bothered about that because the farm is about to get absolutely massacred and made a lot smaller. Decreased bathroom use speed. I mean, it's not the worst in the world. I would prefer something else, but do you know what? I quite like that gold amalgam. Print it. Plus, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go down the aqua tuner route, and we're going to need to build that out of gold amalgam. So, it doesn't hurt to have that. Right, let's copy the settings from here to here. Why is it doing that? Okay, be a pain. All ingredients, all edibles, all medicine. Copy that into all of these. Now, you can power the refrigerators. Do you need to? No, absolutely not. As long as they are in a sterile environment, which is why we made this CO2 trap, which is still not perfect, but it's getting there. That's the main thing. In fact, there is a bit of CO2 that's getting trapped in the bathrooms. So let's speed that process up and put some airflow tiles in bathrooms too, so it can sink right into there. Not exactly what you would want in the real world, a bathroom with some just airflow tiles right over your cooking implements and fridges full of food. I think that would probably give it a far too potent a taste, if anything. But yeah, don't have to worry about that. Right, another tip that I picked up, and although my PC is pretty powerful, one tip that I did pick up was once these things are full, you should apparently switch them to sweep only. Now, the reason for that is just to make the game run better. Now, how do I do that? Sweep only. Oh, yeah, there. Derp. Sweep only, and I'll copy that setting across to all of these. I do not know why, but yes, that was the advice to make your game run more efficiently. So, like at the moment, our storages are very minimal, very minimal. In all fairness, but yeah, when you do start having a lot of them, they can really make your game slow down because it's just having to remember what's in all of these and so on and so forth. So yeah, let's just get out ahead of that problem and not deal with it. Okay, let's get them going up there. And in fact, you know what? I'm gonna cancel that. Nope. Damn it. Cancel that. And we'll do a ladder up there. Only reason being, I don't want to go into the chlorine if I can avoid it. And I can, so I shall. They are going to need a little bit more space to work through there, though, so that will be necessary, as will that. That should be fine. Maybe that as well. Okay, so hatches are still producing exceedingly slow, which is a bit of a worry. Only up to oh yeah, no, of course we set the maximum to 7 critters in there. No overflow anymore. No meat anymore, and there's no hatches anymore, and they're not producing babies. What in the world is going on? They should be producing a lot more babies. I think now is as good a time as any to have a second hatch farm. Going to do it slightly different this time, though. It's not going to be this big bulky thing. I'm just going to make it span a long distance out this way. And use one of the little tips that I picked up from a couple of YouTube videos I was watching earlier today. So we're going to want the floor to go all the way along like this. That's probably long enough. And then the Ceiling will go along like this. And we'll dig all of that out. Oh, in fact, let's just cancel that dig order. The only reason I'm cancelling that one is so that they can still reach the roof without me having to build all this scaffolding all the way along. Fleeing. Why are you fleeing and what are you fleeing from? Why has that poker shell gone into combat? Ooh, they're getting nasty. Why are you getting nasty? Let me remind myself. Poker shell are non-hostile critters that eat polluted dirt and rock piles. Well, why are you getting nasty then? I mean, they do eat polluted dirt. Maybe if I come and drop them by the composter, and that way they're out of the way as well. So let's do that. Food. Let's do a critter drop off in here. How are we doing with this? Slowly getting in there. This is slowly getting dug out. Ceiling tiles all done. Right, let's just double check how large this space is. So we need it to be 64 tiles. 4 by 24, is that right? So that's 19, so it needs to go out a little bit further. So by another 5 by 4. Cool. That will be the extent of our room. We'll just quickly count all those on the bottom so that we can be sure we get the ceiling tiles done. Oopsie daisy. Again, cancel those. Cool. That is going to be our new hatch farm. Now you're thinking, well, if you were worried about them being that far away from the feeders, how do you feel about them being that far away from the feeders? Aha, but there is a trick. You can make it so that this tiny space here is where the hatches live, but still get the advantage of it being a hatch farm. And blah is stuck on that. How ridiculous. Somebody come and build that as an alert, because I don't want to go and clean up more pee. Anybody? There we go. And now you can just deconstruct those. No longer needed. Yeah, really what I want to see is all of these incubators being used all the time. So if I have 2 full rooms of hatches, that's double the production of eggs. That's the theory, at least. So yeah, the priority of that critter drop-off is going to get decreased. Right, what do we want in this room? We want poke shells and poke shell spawn. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. In which case, let's wrangle these 2 poker shells out of here, because I don't want them attacking people anymore. People don't really go through this area all that often. How are we doing up here? Slowly getting there. Oh, although that hydrogen isn't, well, actually it's not such a bad thing that the hydrogen's getting up here. Once this is all mined out, I kind of want all of this area filled with hydrogen anyway, so yeah, actually go for it. And the next question is where I'm going to sieve this to, and where is the sieve going to output to? as you can see, there is a very good reason to not want... Oh, all that ice is now melted. Thankfully, it hasn't spilled over the side, but I can't really afford... Ooh, didn't think about that. Oh, didn't think about that. Look at the amount of polluted water in there. Let's fix that problem ASAP. That can get deconstructed because we don't use it anymore. We need to switch this back on because this water hasn't been pumping for a while. Let's make sure that I don't pump polluted water straight out though. Whew, that was a close one. And it doesn't need to filter around, we just need to fill it up. So I'll just leave this running for a while now. Hopefully we don't have the same problem as last time where I forget about it, it overfills, and I have to destroy a bunch of pipes and do a bunch of mopping to fix the problem. That would suck. So, what do we want up here? We want to build... Oh yeah, power. That would have been useful. Should have thought about that earlier. Right, where's our nearest power outlet and how much power is that system using? So this one is using 120, 240, 360, 420. Those two aren't really getting used. 120. Oh, sorry, what was I up to? 620? Oh, damn it, I've lost count. 120, 360, no, 120, 240, 360, 420, 440, 540, and those aren't really getting used. So yeah, there's still loads of spare power on this circuit. So, zoop, zoop, in you go. Oop, way too far. Going to want it going all the way up there. And as mentioned before, we do not want this polluted oxygen to sit around for too long. So we're going to have to find places to build deodorizers. Now there is probably going to be one spot, and then I'll build a tile there and put another one, or maybe a tile there and put another deodorizer there. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Tile there, oxygen deodorizer on there, on there. Oh no, we do need to build that. Okay, cool. So in terms of polluted oxygen, one thing to mention is they can breathe it. It doesn't matter. They don't get any diseases from breathing polluted oxygen, so you don't need to worry about that. If anything, it actually saves their life. It's something that they can breathe and doesn't give them diseases. So yeah, don't worry about them being here. If anything, it just stops them from having to run all the way back. So it's not a bad thing to have it here. But of course, if you have polluted oxygen, you can very easily reproduce slime lung at a very quick rate. So having a way of dealing with that, and that is deodorizers essentially, that's what they're there for, is essential. Right, power is also going to need to go along there and up there. We are also going to need some plumbing stuff. So let's get a liquid pump in here. And then, yes, we need to decide where we are going to pump it to. And that's a more difficult question. I'd like to just like move it over a little bit and pump it to here, but yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know. Right. Suppose that could be one option. Chlorine will tend to sink, so 1000, 1011. You see, if anything, I want this chlorine pumping up here. Mind you, bleach stone produces more chlorine. So yeah, let's just forget about that one entirely and try and find a way up to this now. Okay. Gee, what are you doing? Okay. Let's go. Yeah, that works. And we'll also make sure that those are set to be harvested. Let's build a... Oh, should we do a water lock here? Yeah, we definitely should, because otherwise it's slowly going to start to seep out. So actually, let's cancel a bunch of that. Probably do a water lock. Oh, now these always screw me up. I always forget how, like, the correct shape of them. Let's see. Yeah, it needs to be moved over a little bit further. That's annoying. Start again, but we'll use that as the midpoint. Oh, in fact, no, let's move it one further over, in fact. Right, let's try that again. Okay, so we'll have that as the midpoint. Is that right? Oh, we'll find out very soon. Bottle emptier, no. Needs to be one further up. Yeah, we can do that. Just fill that in immediately. Yeah, that'll work. Right. Ladder. I don't really want this hydrogen kind of seeping up through this tunnel, though. That's the only thing. Ah, gosh, damn it. So do you know what? I am gonna break it off. Let's not have you seeping in here, and let's, in fact, cancel that last one. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to walk through. Let's wall this off a little bit. One thing we could start doing, in fact, is we are getting more hydrogen than I can currently deal with, because I don't really want it seeping up through in here and seeping up, well, through here, I don't mind so much, but I don't want it seeping up through here. So what we could start doing is collecting some of this hydrogen in tanks down at the bottom, and the hydrogen will... oh no, I'm thinking of the wrong thing, aren't I? Hold on. Power. No, I'm sure hydrogen can be used for... Yeah, hydrogen generator. I'm not going insane. um, okay. Temperatures. Just need to be sure. 27, 26. That's okay. I can live with those temperatures are good. That water is quite nice and cool. That's not going to last forever. This is a huge problem. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, ready to kind of sort out this second hatch farm as well. Got two different building projects going on at the moment. We've got all this to kind of contend with, so we can get rid of the polluted water. We've got chlorine room kind of getting prepared so that we can start moving slime from here into here. And how they're doing that there, then we want the ladder kind of going up this way, don't we? One across like that. Mine the bleach stone, put that into containers. Cool, that should work. I hope. Does mean that we're going to need to deconstruct a couple of those bits. And we're going to have to do a ladder up there like that. Also going to need to cancel that and that, and put in some bottle emptiers here and here, which means you'll need to dig that out. That has got to be priority 9. As soon as they can access that, that has to be filled in so that chlorine doesn't start seeping out of the room. Right, we also need power going to the pump. Only thing to figure out is where am I going to put this new basin of water, because I don't really want to add it to this, because until I can expand, that is a problem. I don't know why that Draco's just sat there. That's very buggy indeed. Now, where are we going to put the water? I mean, ideally, I would like it over this side so that at some point it will just be easy to drop it all in. But I mean, this is a nice big open space here, but pumping it from here over to here with a sieve along the way. Mind you, it's not the worst thing in the world. It wouldn't be the worst. Could we get it through there though? Would have to dig out the tiles. Yeah, we could do that. And get it through that spot. Even just put the pipe through here and then build a new pool of water into here. Something like that anyway. No, that's iron, so no neutronium to contend with. Okay. New water basin. That's where it's going to be. Which means they're going to need to access it from up here. Stop pausing the game, you fool. You've only done 12 cycles. How long? I've been going for an hour and a half, only done 12 cycles because I keep pausing it to do bits and pieces. Let's do a ladder up there like that. And then box that in. Ooh. Sorry, just saw your comment there. We're going to lose. Let's have a quick look at what you had to say there. Looks like I've got 2 DLC for Kerbals for free. Oh, lovely. Very nice. How did you get that? Cancel those. Those. Now, in fact, no, I did that wrong. No, cancel all of it for now. G, we want to dig those two, those two, those two. Throw in the last one for now. That means we'll also need that digging out. Cool. That's well in hand. The water pipes will need to go out this way. Not quite sure how I'm going to get them to go and do this, but that's a question for later, I think. I think that ladder actually, hindsight, needs to continue so that this chlorine can sink down into here as well. They're blocked here because they need to dig that tile out. Sweet. No chlorine should get out now, I don't think. Well, potentially through that one there. Oh, in fact, definitely through that one there. So let's actually go ahead and put you on a 9 as well, so it gets done immediately. Oh, well, polluted oxygen in quite high concentrations leaking out through here. Please don't be filled with slime lung. Nope, nope, thank God. Okay, which tells me I need more deodorizers on that circuit. Try and deal with the polluted nasties as they're kind of escaping. Yeah, if they've got to pass through here, they'll get chewed up by those two deodorizers. Those are working slowly. Why is that not accessible? Maybe it is, they've just not done it yet. Right, so that's the water lock prepared. So let's start putting some water into it. Enable auto bottle, quids, water, enable auto bottle. And then we can't dig into the room until that water lock is sealed. This is going to be a major project. It's going to take me a while to. Yes, it is unrefrigerated, but there should be more CO2 in there by now. There really should be more CO2 in there by now. Hopefully this kind of dips down, but no, it looks like it's going that way naturally. Yeah, CO2 is just not filling up this as well as I'd have hoped it would. I think I've given the CO2 so many options to go off to the right now that let's fix that. I don't mind you if it doesn't go through there, it'll just it'll go out the door and down. Still not going to move over to the left. It'll just happen when it happens, I think. Thinks that's just the way I've got to look at it. Is it sterile? That's the important thing. Have a look. I do not believe that it is. But it's okay. As long as we've got some food in a sterile environment, i.e. over here, that's okay. Now, also need to think about getting over to do this piping. Oh, of course, if I... That's not good. No. No, I've not thought this through. No, I've not thought this through at all. Cancel all of this because it's no longer useful. And same with that pipe and same with that pipe. And no, those ladders can stay. Sugar lumps. Let's think. Let's think. Temperature overlay. It's not great here, but maybe having a big pool of water might help. So bleach stone. Could move that over into here. Yeah, I'm thinking about just having a big water basin here instead. I mean, I've already created the access way. Would kind of make sense. Right, let's give it a go. Okay, let's get ahead and do that. Now, all this chlorine is unfortunately just going to seep into my base. It does collect down at the bottom though, and we can perhaps repurpose it a little bit later. And there's not a lot there at the moment. This is going to add a lot. Like, in fact, that's a point. We need to get... Ooh, yeah, I should have perhaps just held fire so that these got the priority jobs. Reason being, bleachstone. We've not really come across it so far, but what bleachstone does is once you mine it, it will start producing chlorine. So you need to move it somewhere where you actually want it to produce chlorine, i.e. in a chlorine room. So I think what we'll do for now, just to make sure that it's not pumping chlorine into the base, is just to move it over to the existing chlorine room. What type of bleach stone? There you are. And we'll set you up to a level 7. So I want them to sweep that bleach stone. That's I want them to do it like immediately. No hanging around. Priority 9, please. Get it moved. And I'm just going to cancel off those ones. Gonna want to do some insulated tiles. Gonna want to do some plumbing. No, it'll be refinement, won't it? Yep, water sieve. In you go. Wrong way around, of course, because why would I do it right the first time? Refinement. Water sieve, and then flip it around. Why did it do that? Ugh. Oh. Click. There we go. Third time's the charm. liquid pipe, we can quickly just cancel that. And we want this water going up through here, through our water sieve, and then out of our water sieve. Probably dropping into the water basin over here somewhere. I'm not going to actually put the vent on there just yet because obviously I don't want it to start dripping down all around the place just yet. Still got to be careful of that volcano. Probably screwed myself in terms of using it a little bit by building this here. Mind you, I can... Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do that. If I cancel that, or deconstruct that rather, let's move the edges of that wall over to like here. Add in the rest of this ladder. They're not having to do this weird hop. Okay, plenty to be getting on there with. I could pump CO2 from another place, but unfortunately my my carbon skimmer is doing such a good job, and yeah, plus having to run some gas pipes all the way up here just to fill this seems... Oh no, in fact, there you go. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted the bottom two tiles full with CO2, and it's done it. It just takes time. Just takes time. But you do get there eventually.